Hello everyone, it's Nicole for Simon Says Stamp, and today I am creating with the STAMPtember 2023 exclusive from Colorado craft company called My Muse. This is an adorable Anita Jerem stamp set. I know you guys are going to love adding this beautiful stamp set to your stash. The Colorado Craft Company STAMPtember exclusives are always so super popular, so if you think that you love it, I would suggest pausing the video, jumping down into the description, purchasing your stamp set, and then you can come back and watch the inspiration after you have secured your set. So this is a darling little mouse, so very traditional Anita Jerem from Colorado Craft Company here, and she's painting up a beautiful floral arrangement. There's paintbrushes, there's flowers, there's leaves, and then some wonderful sentiments. I'm taking the main image as well as the happy birthday greeting and the smaller of the two individual paintbrushes and stamping them on Bristol smooth cardstock with VersaFine ONYX black ink. Once I have that, I'm going to clean my stamps and then I'm going to stamp that small paintbrush again. I want it to look like she's painting with one paintbrush, but there's two others laying on the ground that have been dipped in paint. We're going to add an extra greeting. So it's going to read, "You're my muse, happy birthday." And then we'll add a little leaf image here in a second as well, but I do need to flip my panel around. Now I am stamping this on Bristol smooth cardstock because I want to color with my Zig Clean Color Real Brush markers. I love the little teeny tiny fine tip of these. And when I color with Zigs, I like to use Bristol smooth cardstock. I feel like it gives me the best results with these markers. And with the small, detailed, beautiful images, this works so well. Plus it's very, very quick and easy to do, which is what I was looking for here. Now this panel is quite a bit taller than what I'm going to end up needing, but that's okay. We're going to trim it down as we go. Let's add this little leaf image over to the side. A lot of this is not even really going to get seen, but that's okay. And then let's color in our panel with the Zig markers. So I am a huge fan of the Colorado Craft Company stamps and especially the Anita Jerem images that she does for Colorado Craft Company. And I know you guys are going to love this too. Plus, you may have some of the other like art or creativity type of Anita Jerem images from C3 in your stash. This one is going to work right back to any of those where you can mix and match so easily, which is definitely what we're going for. When I'm coloring with Zigs, I like to lay down my light color and then blend out with my, I start with my dark color and I blend out with my light color. That's what I want to say. With that, I recommend having a little scrap of paper somewhere to clean the tip of your lighter marker off, so you're not just dragging that dark color into the whole area of where it's lighter. That's kind of my goal with this. I am using a bright green color combination. I'm also going to use a more yellowish green or olive green, I suppose I should say. Pinks and yellows, even a little purple. And then we're going to do a nice neutral brown for the mouse with mid brown and beige. And then I like to do a little pink haze for the inside of the ear. But you'll notice I'm taking that little tip of my marker and I'm just kind of tracing out the darker areas of my mouse. And I'm even going to use this color combination for the bristles of my paintbrushes. Just the tips are going to have some color on them. And then blending. So cute and fun. Now, I did not use the coordinating dies for this card. This is stamps only, and I always love showing how you can create beautiful cards, even if you aren't die cutting. However, I do like to mention that I'm a huge fan of the Colorado Craft Company dies. I think they are amazing and very detailed. So if you love the coordinating dies, you might want to consider picking up the stamp die combo. There's a little pink for the tip of my paintbrush. And then let's just grab our mid brown and beige and color those in a little bit while we're working with those colors. Now, sometimes with detailed and especially floral images like this with lots of little parts and pieces, it can feel a little intimidating, but I will tell you right now, this colored up so quickly. So easy to color up. So don't be afraid of it at all. I kind of went through and I picked all of the greenery that I wanted to do with my light green and yellow green color combination. This is one of my favorite go-tos as far as a brighter green color combo. And so I just kind of went in and did anything in that color combination first. And that helps narrow down what is left, at least in my mind. And so then I want to do my big rose, and I'm going to use peach pink and sugared almond pink. And again, this is a favorite color combination of mine. And this is a good time to mention as well that in the description box below the video here on the Simon Says Stamp YouTube channel, I have listed out the colors, the color combinations I used. So if you're curious at all, you can always pop down there and make note of the different color combinations. And we're just going to kind of keep working our way out. I did even go back with my peach pink and shaded in a few darker areas. I felt like they just needed to be accentuated a little bit better. There's a couple of little buds over there that I also did in pink. My goal was to be very bright and happy because I want to incorporate some sort of rainbow somewhere, not necessarily in the image, but you'll see here in a minute. Now, I always love a good yellow. I love this bright yellow and yellow color combination. So we're going to have a couple of flowers with this. They almost look kind of to me like a dandelion, which is not a flower, but let's say they're a daisy or something like that instead. So I think I even pulled in a little pale yellow for that. And then a little light violet for like some little buds here and there for a little additional color, I think, to the design. And then all of the little leaves, I opted to do more of an olive green color combination, but I do want to mention this. If you wanted to go more fall colors with this image, you could do that so easily. Imagine doing more of a rose colored, a deeper rose color, I should clarify, or even like a burnt orange rose color, doing orange and yellow and olive leaves. You could really pull in more fall tones into this image so easily if you don't want to go bright. So I wanted to make sure and mention that because I think, you know, especially as we're moving into the fall months, that might be fun. And then filling in here and there whatever's left. Now we have the paint brushes. We're going to use some grays for that. And then it's time to finish the card up. And to finish the card today, I want to do something to kind of break up all of the white space. Honestly, this is beautiful like this. I think this would make amazing one-layer cards. You could do like a whole set of cards. Maybe you even want to do a whole bunch of like thank you sentiments using other Colorado Craft Company sets that you have in your stash. that would be amazing. Or you just want to make up a bunch of birthday cards all at once, or just crafty cards to send to your crafty friends and family. Whatever the case may be, I think this would be a beautiful one to do that with, because you could really mass produce super quick. Like I said though, I wanted to do something to break up a little bit of the white of the background. And so I'm going to grab a paint splatter stencil from Fawn. And I'm going to use some Pawsitively saturated inks from Simon Says Stamp, and we're going to make ink splatters because I felt like that was fitting for the paint brushes, but I don't want to do an all over splatter. And in order to get very detailed blending with this stencil and not have to mask, I would recommend these small round blending brushes from Simon Says Stamp. They're awesome. You can see that I'm very easily able to just stencil certain areas and the ink's not getting anywhere else. I'm using Carnation, LIMELICIOUS, and Sunbeam, the same colors that the paint brushes are, if you're keeping note. And that keeps it, so I just felt like that tied it together nicely. My panel still at this point is a little wider than what I'm going to keep it. I figured though I probably better trim it down to 5.5 inches tall so that I know kind of where the rest of my splatters are going to go. I want them to be minimal. I like that it kind of reinforces that artistic painting theme, but I don't want it to go over the top where we're covering up all of that beautiful coloring we did. So let's do a couple of little splatters down here at the bottom, just hanging off the edge. Again, down near where the paint brushes are, but then I will do a couple in the upper right corner. We're going to leave that upper left corner completely free. I feel like that's a good spot to just kind of let the eye rest, I suppose. And again, just adding little bits of color with these small blending brushes. Now, once I have this, it's time to figure out backgrounds. And you can see I have some pink pattern papers. I kept trying to make these work. It wasn't. It needed rainbow. I knew this. I should have just grabbed some rainbow stripe paper to begin with. So I did eventually. This is a Fawn rainbow stripe. Then I'm going to grab some black cardstock and we are going to trim it down. I want just the teeniest, tiniest black border along either side of my panel. It is 5.5 inches tall. I believe it is 3 3/4 inch wide, if I remember correctly. And then my background is 4 1/4 by 5.5. So when I mount this, I need to trim it down just a tiny bit more. Oh, maybe it'll show me here. It's 3.5. 3.5. Okay, so that way it leaves you with about 1/4 inch on either side of the rainbow. And I think that just frames up our stamp design perfectly. Oh, I love it. That highlights it perfect. So let's glue all of this down, glue it together, glue it to a white top fold card base. And I only left maybe barely 1/8, maybe 1/16 of an inch black on either side, because I really want that rainbow to take center stage, but with so much white in the background, I liked having that black help kind of, you know, frame it up a little bit before we moved on to that rainbow. It ties into the black outline of the stamping as well. So once we have that, it's time for a few additional embellishments. And that for me generally involves a little red heart or a heart of some sort. In this case, it'll be a red one. And maybe some little pearls in the pinks and yellows and greens that we featured in this design. But honestly, you could mail it just like this and it's so pretty. So I've got some lemon, limeade, and flamingo pearls and a candy apple heart. And we're going to put the little heart right there at the end of our sentiment. And then we're going to just use the tiniest pearls here from Pretty Pink Posh. around our image. And I love the Simon Says Stamp triangle trays. You can dump out your little embellishments, pick exactly what you need, and then pop it in place. I use these pretty much every single time I make a card. Highly, highly recommend them because it's very easy to then funnel your embellishments back into the storage bag or storage container. And that is it, my friends. So quick, so easy, and just creates the most beautiful card design. I know you guys are going to love this STAMPtember 2023 exclusive from Colorado craft company called My Muse. The supplies and the colors I used are listed and linked below the video here on YouTube for your convenience. Thank you so much for joining me today, and we'll see you next time.
I'm Heidi, Simon's mama and founder at SimonsSaysStamp.com. Thank you so much for watching our video. If you like what you just saw, be sure to press the thumbs up and subscribe to see more great content.